Hey everybody, it's Doug Schauf with the Make Maine Your Home team over at Remax Oceanside. How are you? We get a lot of questions when people are moving to Maine, like, I want to move to Maine, it looks awesome, and it is awesome, but I don't necessarily want to be in like these high tourist areas. I want to be a little bit more rural. Well, we're going to talk about some spots in Maine that are a little more rural, a little bit away from the tourist traps, but still pretty close, like maybe within like a 45-minute or an hour ride to Portland, so you still get good access to Portland, but you're farther away. So let's do this. First off, before we jump into like these specific towns that we're going to talk about today, why would you want to be in a low tourist area but still be near Portland? So first off, you're going to end up with some quieter neighborhoods. Oftentimes people are like, hey, I like going in for a nice meal and stuff like that, but I also, when I'm at my house, I don't want to see anybody or I don't want to hear anybody, so you're going to get some quieter neighborhoods. Easy commutes though, being only 45 minutes to an hour away with, as we've talked about before on this channel, no traffic. Some people are moving here from DC area where it's just like, 45 minutes means like it's 5 miles away, but you're sitting in traffic. Less like short-term rental turnover, for sure in those areas. You're not going to have people coming in and out of the tourist area. More community-driven lifestyle. We've done videos about like the community here in Maine. Definitely recommend checking those out, but you get that in these smaller communities for sure. And, better value per square foot on your house, versus places like, Cape Elizabeth or Kennebunk, which we've done a lot of videos on those as well, but you just get more bang for your buck, so to speak, if you're looking at real estate in these areas. So let's jump in. We got some hidden gems to talk about, all within about 45 minutes to an hour from Portland. So let's do this. Now, I'm going to talk to you about my first two. I'm going to kind of combine them a little bit, because number one here I got is New Gloucester, Maine. It's about 30 minutes northwest of Portland. Great commute to Portland though, because you just hit 95 and you come right down here. And then number two, I got Gray Maines, and they're kind of right next to each other. Both are easy access coming down to Portland on 95. Great commute, really good towns to look at if you need to be in Portland, but you want a little bit of elbow room, want quieter. So New Gloucester first, some great rural charm. Pineland Farms is up in that area, which is really great. Definitely check out Pineland. Just do the Google. It's a great farm, lots of trails and lots of cool things to do year round. Scenic back roads, really just kind of quintessential like central Maine coolness. Real estate, often larger lots, with some acreage or some barns, things like that. But I think because of the farms that are there, you kind of get that farm feel throughout that town. The vibe is very like peaceful countryside. When I think of like Gray and Gloucester, it's kind of like you got that like rolling hill feel to it. It's pretty cool. And again, it's a quick ride coming down to Portland. Median home price, throw some stats at you. In 2024, it was $430,000. So you can see, compared to some other towns in southern Maine, it can be very affordable. A little bit of bonus, great for buyers looking for like a farmhouse style home or land to build on. If you're looking for that, those are some great areas. Again, Gray is very similar. It's like a little bit closer to 95, so even a little bit easier access to Portland. It's about 25 minutes, depending on where you're going. But Gray also has some good access to like Crystal Lake, Little Sebago, Maine Wildlife Park. It's also, Gray has a great little like downtown area. Real estate is a good mix of like colonials and like rustic capes and stuff like that. The vibe is very like wooded neighborhoods. Again, a little elbow room. You can kind of stay away from your neighbors. Growing commuter town though. Gray is definitely like, it's kind of that like, wait a minute, I can get there in like 25 minutes. That's pretty cool. Median home price here in 2024 is only $405, so a little bit cheaper. Kind of makes sense because it's a little bit more populated. There's some neighborhoods in there that you can get more of a reduced price on properties. Ideal for those though who want some lake access without those waterfront premiums. So Gray's a good town to look at. And New Gloucester, that whole kind of area is very nice. Rolling fields. So speaking of rolling fields, if you'd like to own one, we are real estate brokers here in the state of Maine, and we would love to work with you. Thanks for watching. Comment below if you have any questions about any of this, and if you are looking to buy a property, let us know. We'd be happy to help out and kind of talk to you about the nuances of purchasing a home here in the state of Maine. We've also done some videos about it, of course. So check all those out. But let us know if you have questions. We respond very quickly, and we would be honored to work with you in purchasing a home here in Maine. Number three, the town that we're going to talk about is Standish. Good old Standish, Maine. 40 minutes west of Portland, approximately. Known for its proximity to Sebago Lake. Since it's right on Sebago Lake, you get some good lake vibes coming out of Standish, which is nice. But it's a big town, so you get a lot of rural aspect, be able to get some elbow room and, get away from the tourist of Sebago Lake, because it's kind of in that like southish corner there. Real estate, a lot of like seasonal cottages there, large family homes, private roads, a little bit more spread out, which is great. The vibe there, again, it's a little bit more low-key waterfront living without the summer bustle of like towns like Naples and Raymond and stuff like that that can have those big tourist areas. Median home price, some stats again for you, 2024 is $410,000. Great for anglers, boaters, and people who want lake access like year-round. You know, if you like to have a year-round community but be close to the lake, Standish might be a great town for you to look at. Number 4, Pownal, Maine. So you go up to Freeport and you take a left. That's roughly where that is. It's about 35 minutes north out of Portland. Again, real easy access into Freeport. It's known for its quiet woodlands, Bradbury Mountain State Park. Real estate, limited inventory there, but often includes like character homes and some land. The general theme on this whole video is you get a little bit of elbow room, which is great. This is one of Southern Maine's best kept secrets. It's serene, safe, slow paced. Because of its proximity, like Freeport, Brunswick, and easy access to Portland, it's a great town to look at if you're looking for that type of area. Median home price in 2024 was $470,000. It's a little higher there, probably because of the lack of inventory in that area. That's probably what's doing that. Nature lovers, though, take note. This town is all about trails and tranquility. So definitely check out Pownal. I really like that town. Number 5 is Limerick, Maine. It's about 45 minutes west of Portland. It's kind of like you go over to Waterboro, Lake Arrowhead. Limerick does have a lot of water frontage on Lake Arrowhead up on the north side there, but it's really known for like the rolling farmland, you know, antique homes, fewer tourists for sure. Even Lake Arrowhead you might think is a lot of tourists, but it's really not. It's mostly for the residents there. It's not like a lake that gets a ton of that tourist activity. Real estate, you get some larger homes for the money, much better bang for the buck, but also some historic farmhouses. Small village charm, you know, with room to spread out. Again, you know, a little bit more elbow room. Median home price is only $375,000 in 2024, so that's great. Perfect for homesteaders or buyers seeking a peaceful long-term residence. All right, hey, number 6, Durham, Maine. It's actually over near Pownal, so I believe it's kind of like Freeport, Pownal, Durham, kind of like all in that area. Although Durham, I think, goes a little bit north, which is easier access to Brunswick, which is why it's on this list. But it's about 40 minutes-ish from Portland, you know, because it's easy access to 295. Being tucked away between Freeport and Lewiston. Real estate, though, is very affordable. Great lot sizes, rural neighborhoods. The vibe is definitely like quiet, you know, practical, definitely underrated, especially because of the location. I always love Durham because you get there and it's like super close to Brunswick and Freeport, and then easy access down to Portland. Median home price 2024 is only $390,000. So that's a great bonus there. Another great thing, or a great thing that we've already talked about, is easy access to both, you know, 295 and Route 136 and a lot of the other main roads that, you know, come down this way. Hey guys, real quick before we move on, I just want to remind you that you should hit that subscribe button and the little notification that reminds you that episodes have come out. We do an episode every week. We talk about all things Maine, cool, not so cool, real estate, not real estate. But definitely hit that subscribe button. If you end up not liking it, you can always unsubscribe. But YouTube likes us to get subscribers. So please do that for us. It helps us out a lot. And we really, really appreciate you watching. Thank you. All right, number 7. I was hiding the 2. Raymond, 45 minutes northwest of Portland, roughly. It's another Sebago Lake area. Also, Panther Pond is up there, but it's a less crowded part of like that Sebago Lake area, which is nice. A little bit off the beaten path in some spots. Real estate is similar to like Standish. It's, you know, it's a mix of seasonal camps and year-round homes. Again, a lot less tourists though in the Raymond area. The vibe is like a vacation home appeal without the chaos, which is kind of nice. But you can go to the chaos because it's nearby. Median home price in 2024 is only $450,000, which is great for that area. You know, consider inland Raymond for peace without sacrificing lake access. You know, Raymond's kind of, I think it's a big, like geographically, it's a big town, so you can kind of get, you know, away from things if you want. But definitely I would check that out. But anyway, if you're looking for some areas in Maine that like less tourists, less activity, which one of these do you like? And do you have any other ones that you want to tell us about? Please comment below. We'd love to chat with you about it. That's it, folks. Remember though, if you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone. Hey, come here. Hey, YouTube thinks you're going to like one of these videos. So click on it and let me know what you think. And remember, come back again soon because we do a video every Friday.